Hello viewers, I'm Dr. K. Sarojini Chakravarti, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Botany, Government Degree College, Khairatabad, Hyderabad. In the last class, we have seen what is organ culture. Depending on expert, it is of two types. That is, one is vegetative organ culture and reproductive organ culture. And we have seen in the vegetative organ culture, two culture techniques. One is root culture, where the explant is root, and leaf culture, where the explant is leaf. In today's class, we are going to see in detail about one more vegetative organ culture, that is shoot tip or meristem culture. Now what you are seeing in this picture, we can see the shoot tips. They are just transferred onto the nutrient medium. So this photo was taken from Environmental Horticulture, University of Florida. Now what is the definition of shoot tip culture? So shoot tip culture is a culture of terminal portion of a shoot which comprises the meristem along with primordial and developing leaves and adjacent stem tissue. Okay, so in this picture very clearly we can see what is a shoot tip. So this is a shoot tip region where it consists of the meristematic region, the meristem, along with the leaf primordia and the stem tissue. And this is the axillary node. So that is a nodal region, stem nodal region along with the stem tissue, and it may be the shoot tip region or the axillary node region. They produces axillary shoots in the culture technique. Now what is this meristem? What is a meristem culture? Meristem culture is the in vitro culture of a shiny special dome-like structure with one or two pairs of the youngest leaf primordia, most often excised from the shoot apex. Now we will see what is meristem or the dome-like structure. Okay, in this picture very clearly we can see the dome-like structure, that is a shoot apical meristematic region, and it is surrounded by the leaf primordia, that is one or two pairs of youngest leaf primordia, and the other vascular tissue, that is protoderma, ground meristem, and the procambium. So along with this, if you have the stem meristematic or the stem tissue, then it becomes this shoot apex. So the apical portion of the shoot tip, it consists of the shoot meristematic region and the leaf primordia. Then it becomes the meristem. As it is a part of a shoot tip, that's why it is also known as meristematic or meristem culture technique. This photo was taken from Simplified Biology. Meristem culture was first developed by, or this technique was first developed by Morrell and Martin in the year 1952 for in vivo virus eradication of Dahlia. And the second one, orchid cymbidium, was micropropagated using this culture technique by Morrell in the year 1965. Now, on what basis this meristem culture or the shoot tip culture is based? The excised shoot tips and meristem can be cultured aseptically on agar solidified nutrient medium or a liquid medium. So here the nutrient medium used is Murashik and Skoog's medium, MS medium, and under appropriate conditions, whether it should be under light or dark, at what temperature. So even it matters a lot. Will grow out directly into a small leafy shoot or multiple shoots. So the meristem, not only directly it may develop into a leafy shoot or a multiple shoots, or sometimes the meristem, it forms a callus. You know what is a callus? Callus is an undifferentiated proliferative mass of cells. So from this callus, again we can see development of a large number of shoot primordia, and from this shoot primordia, it gives out or grows out into multiple shoots. So either a direct way or the indirect way. Indirect way is through callus formation. Now, into the nutrient medium, even plant hormones, they play an important role. So when you supply plant hormones into the nutrient medium, depending on the composition or the amount of plant hormones, we can see development of shoot or root. So if the nutrient medium is supplied with cytokinins, they play a major role for the development of leafy shoot or multiple shoots from the meristem or shoot tip region. So the concentration should be high. High amount of cytokinin and low amount of auxin are used in combination for the culture of shoot tip or meristems. Next, we'll see the protocol or the process of shoot tip or meristem culture technique in detail. The first one, we have to remove the young twigs from a healthy plant. Cut the tip portion, which is about 1 centimeter of the twig. Next, the tip portion has to be surface sterilized. So for surface sterilization, first we have to go with the T-pol, washing. Then after that, rinse with distilled water. After that, again we have to wash or incubate them in sodium hypochlorite for about 10 minutes. And these explants has to be thoroughly rinsed with sterile distilled water for 4 to 5 times. Why we have to do this rinsing? We have to remove the chemical solutions which is present on the surface of the explant. This is very important. After that, then only we can transfer them to the sterile petri dishes. So transfer each explants to a sterile petri dishes. Now in the sterile petri dishes, we have to remove the outer leaves from each explant, that is the shoot apices, with the help of a forceps. So when you remove the outer leaves from the shoot apices, the apex portion will be exposed out. So we have to cut off the apex portion with the help of scalpel and transfer only that portion which is less than 1 millimeter in length to the surface of the nutrient agar medium or onto the surface of filter paper. Now incubate the cultures under 16 hours light at 25 degrees centigrade temperature. As soon as the growing single leafy shoot or multiple shoots obtained from the shoot tip or a meristem, then we have to transfer these cultures or multiple shoots or a single leafy shoots for the development of root. For the development of root, we have to transfer them onto the culture medium or the nutrient medium which are free of plant hormones or which are absent of plant hormones. So the medium, if does not contains plant hormones, then you can see development of roots. And lastly, the plantlets formed by this way are later transferred to pots which contains compost, and they are kept under greenhouse conditions. Why they have to kept under greenhouse conditions? Because when they are placed in a greenhouse conditions, so we are making the plantlets which are till now grown under controlled conditions, that is in a growth chamber or culture room, we are making them acclimatized or habituated or accommodated to the natural environmental conditions. So before directly placing them into the natural environment, we have to first transfer them into the greenhouse conditions, make the plantlets get adjusted to these natural environmental conditions, and then after that we can transfer them to the natural soil where they can grow under natural environmental conditions. So this is the protocol of shoot tip or meristem culture stepwise. So this is the picture which shows the different stages of shoot tip or meristem culture. So as I said, the first we have to choose the healthy plant or the plant where we want to do the culture. Next, we have to take the shoot tip portion. Then they act as explants. Now these shoot tips, we have to go with the surface sterilization. Surface sterilization as a new T-pol, continuous rinsing with distilled water, then with sodium hypochlorite, then 4 to 5 times rinsing with double or sterile distilled water. Then after that we have to remove the outer walls with the help of scalpel or forceps. Then we can see the apex portion, the apical tip portion. Now this we have to transfer them onto the MS medium which contains the high amount of cytokinins and low amount of auxins, which allows for the shoot growth, that is single leafy shoot or the multiple shoots. We have to incubate them, the cultures for 16 hours at 25 degrees centigrade temperature. So after that, now these multiple shoots are single leafy shoot, they have to transfer them onto the nutrient medium which does not contain plant hormones. This point is very important. So they should not contain plant hormones. Then With the help of auxin, whatever it is there present in the previous medium, with that only you can see development of roots. The development takes place. The last is acclimatization or hardening process, that we have to make them to get adjusted with the natural and environmental condition. That's why we have to transfer them into the pots containing compost and soil, and we have to place them in greenhouse conditions. After some time, they'll get adjusted to these conditions. Then slowly we can transfer these plantlets, regenerated plantlets, to natural environmental conditions, to the natural soil. So this is the overall picture of shoot tip or meristem culture. And this photo was taken from biologyreader.com. Now, why this shoot tip or meristem culture technique is very important. So this is very important because of its very varied importance. The first one is virus eradication. Second one is micropropagation. Third one is storage of genetic resources, plant breeding, propagation of haploid plants, quarantine. So now we'll go in detail each one. So the first one is virus eradication. So with the help of this shoot tip or meristem culture technique, we can produce or we can regenerate plantlets which are free of virus. So we'll get virus-free stocks of the plants, and these virus-free stocks of the plants can be multiplied. So generally, high meristematic tissue of a virus infected plant, it remains free from virus due to their fast mitotic activity. So therefore, shoot tips and meristems of virus infected plant are the ideal explants to produce a virus-free stock. And moreover, this technique is very valued for the maintenance of these defined stocks of specific varieties and cultivars in disease-free state. So that's why this shoot tip and or meristem culture is very, very important. And sometimes the shoot tip and or meristem culture technique, it has an enormous value in horticulture also. So where in this what happens in the horticulture? Horticulture means they are mostly dependent on the flowers. So in the production of plants for the cut flower industry, when stock plants of register lines must be maintained, so it is possible with this culture technique only. So any infection by virus that affects the growth or physiological characters of size and shape of flowers, it becomes a serious problem for the from the commercial point of view in horticulture. Okay, so this meristem culture, it is used to avoid this serious problem of virus infections. So not only in horticulture, even in the agriculture field also, these play an important role. Okay, so this meristem culture, it is it is very helpful in restoring the original properties of the variety by removing the infection, especially virus infection. The second one is micropropagation. Okay, so micropropagation is nothing but asexual or vegetative propagation of whole plants using plant tissue culture technique. Okay, so this we have learned about this micropropagation in the last class. And this shoot tip or meristem culture technique for many plant species can be successfully used for micropropagation. Next is many plants, that is the storage of genetic resources. Okay, so many plants produce seeds that are highly heterozygous in nature. But these seeds are not accepted for storing genetic resources. Why? Because heterozygous means two characters will be there. We require only a single line of character. So to store these genetic resources, so we require meristems from such plants in vitro, where they can be you have a homozygous condition is maintained. So this can be obtained. So the from shoot tip or meristem culture. Next is plant breeding. So in many plant breeding experiments, the hybrid plants produce abortive or non-viable seeds. So it has become a big barrier, for crossing in plants, where non-viable seeds are unable to produce or develop mature hybrid plants. So this shoot tip or meristem culture, it has, it is a boon for this plant breeding in plant breeding experiments, where hybrid plants can be cultured to speed up the breeding propagation program. And at the same time, instead of producing non-viable seeds, the plants are, they are producing viable seeds. So this is one importance of, shoot tip or meristem culture technique in plant breeding. Next is propagation of haploid plants. So haploid plants derived from anther or pollen culture are always remain sterile until and unless they are made homozygous diploid. So this meristem or shoot tip culture of haploid plants can be used for their propagation, from which genetic analysis can be done on the basis of morphological characters and biochemical assays. The last is quarantine. So this is very, very important. So for international exchange of vegetative plant material, quarantine check, they have to undergo quarantine check. So the countries, they'll go with the quarantine check. So if you go with the, plant material, so the plant material, the vegetative plant material directly cannot be transported from one country to, or from one place to another, because the plant material, it carries microorganisms which causes diseases, and which these diseases will be entered into the that country or that place through this plant material. So to avoid this, to overcome this problem, plantlets derived from this shoot tip or root meristem culture are easily accepted. Why? Because as is the first point, importance is virus eradication. So through shoot tip or meristem culture technique, we'll get the plantlets which are virus free, or we get the stock plants which are virus free. So where if you have a virus-free plant material, that plant material is easily accepted by the quarantine authority. So therefore, this technique, using this technique, crop plants can be easily exchanged in crop improvement programs that are based on plant materials from different parts of the world. So that's why, to make it easy and to make a, plant exchange program or crop improvement program, so for this, the best option is shoot tip or meristem culture technique. Next, we'll see what are the applications of this shoot tip or meristem culture. So first one is, by this culture, virus-free plants can be grown. The meristem from a plant which produce heterozygous seeds can be stored in the in vitro conditions. And it also helps in the plant breeding technique we have learned just now, where hybrid breeds of the plants can grow, producing viable seeds. Next, the quarantine authority for the international exchange, that is easily accepted the plants obtained by this culture technique. And it is also useful in the micro propagation technique, which involves the vegetative or asexual propagation of the whole plant. Next, apical shoot culture also helps in the production of virus-free plants that we have seen. And the germplasm or the seeds can be conserved in vitro or by cryopreservation method by using this shoot tip or meristem culture produced virus-free stalks or seeds. Next, meristem contains high oxygen concentration, which promotes plant growth. So that is another. Not only advantages, even some disadvantages are there with this technique. One is, isolation of meristem is quite difficult. So we can get a shoot tip, but from a shoot tip, isolation of meristem is required. It is a difficult and laborious process. So we require expertise for that. Next, explants can take more regeneration time to grow. Because of this, another limitation of this culture technique. Though limitations are there, but still this is one of the best useful technique for, for plant breeders, for horticulturists, and for agriculturists. So what we can conclude from this class? So it is this shoot tip or meristem culture technique is a very effective method in the field of agricultural and industrial science, by which clones of a plant can be prepared and disease-resistant plants can also be developed. So with this, we can say the plant tissue culture techniques, one we have done is with vegetative organ culture, that is root culture technique, Second one is leaf culture technique. Another one is shoot tip or meristem culture technique. So whatever the technique though they have some limitations, but still they are effective methods in the field of agriculture, in the field of industrial science, in the field of horticulture, and in especially in plant breeding experiments where we can produce disease resistant plants, or where we can produce virus free plants, or we can have storage of germplasm, or anything can be done with these methods. So in the next class we'll continue the class with the reproductive organ culture, and we'll see what are the different reproductive organ culture techniques, that is embryo culture, anther culture, ovary culture, ovule culture. We'll see in detail.